Alright, Algebra 2 1.1. Students will be able to use order of operations to evaluate expressions and formulas. Alright, order of operations. Probably heard PEMDAS before. A more correct way of talking about it is GEMDAS. G standing for grouping. E for exponents. Then you have multiply and divide. And these are really kind of the same kind of function if you think about it, because multiplying it, dividing by something is the same thing as multiplying by its reciprocal. So we put them in the same category. And then we have adding and subtracting. And subtracting is very similar to just adding a negative number. So we have those in the same category as well. Okay, so let's do an example here. Example number 1, we got all these things going on. What do we need to do first? Well, what does it say? It says the very first thing is grouping. So we're looking for grouping symbols. Well, we have a parentheses here in the center, so we need to do that. And then we need to do everything inside these parentheses, and then we can do the whole thing. So 10 minus 4 is 6. So we're going to write 6 squared. 2 times 6 plus 3, brackets, brackets, divide by 5. Next thing on the list after grouping is exponents. So, do we have any exponents? Yes, we do. We have the 6 squared. So we're going to do 2 times 36 plus 3 divided by 5. 36 times 2 is 72. So now we have 72 plus 3 still in the brackets divided by 5. 72 plus 3 is 75 divided by 5 equals 15. That should be a bigger divide by sign so it doesn't look like a 15. So my answer is 15. 75 divided by 5. Alright. So follow order of operations and try practice number 1. You may want to pause the video because I'm going to put the answer up there shortly. Okay. We got a 3, 2 plus 15 minus 25, because we're going to do the exponent inside, because it's inside the parentheses. That's why I did it first. And we have another bracket here. 15 minus 25 is negative 10. Oops. So we got a negative 10 plus 2, bracket, bracket times 3. And now we could just do 2 plus negative 10, which is negative 8, times 3, which is negative 24. There you go. All right. Let's go right here. I'll get rid of this. Okay. So we have this little statement here, and it is that variables are symbols, usually letters, used to represent unknown quantities. Expressions that contain at least one variable are called algebraic expressions. Okay, so here we have an algebraic expression. And it says to evaluate the expression if x equals 8 and y equals 1.5. So what we do is we just plug these all in. I like to put parentheses everywhere I'm going to plug something in. So x is 8, so I'm going to write 8 in parentheses squared minus y is 1.5 times x, and this could get a little bit redundant, so I'm just going to put 8 plus 1.5. Don't need to put a whole bunch of parentheses. And now we kind of see what we need to do here. We need to do what's in these parentheses first, so we're going to do 1.5, carry that down, and 8 plus 1.5 is 9.5, all the minus, and then 8 squared is 64. Okay, we have a subtracting and we have multiplying. We need to do the multiplying first. It comes first. So we do 64 minus whatever. What is 1.5 times 9.5? Well, I like to just put in my calculator and check. And I got 14.25. Alright, subtract that from 64 and we should get 49.75. And we're done. Practice number 2, these little dots here mean we want you to use the same expression but use different variables. So go ahead and try that and see what you get. And I'll put the answer up shortly, so you may want to pause the video. Okay, the answer you should have got was -5. I'm not going to work that one out, but hopefully you got that. All right, let's try number 3. Now we have 3 variables. A is 2, B is -4, and C is -3. Let's plug it all in. 2 cubed plus 2 times my B, which is -4, times my C, which is -3, all over my C, which is -3, squared minus 5. All right, a lot going on here. What am I going to do first? Well, I'm going to do everything that I can do. So I can attack this because nothing else is happening to it until I add. So let's do what's 2 cubed. That's 8 plus. And then I'm going to do my multiplying. So 2 times -4 is -8 times -3 is +24. So I multiplied all 3 of those things together at once. All right, -3 squared is 9 minus 5. All right, 8 plus 24, well, that's 32, and 9 minus 5, that's 4. 32 divided by 4 is 8. There's the answer. It should be 8. Okay, go ahead and try practice number 3 on your own. Same expression, different values for those variables. And you may want to pause the video because I'm going to put the answer up shortly. -11 is what you should get, -11. All right, on the next page here, we got a formula. Is a mathematical sentence that expresses the relationship between certain quantities. So we're going to use this formula to find the area of this trapezoid. This is the formula for the area of a trapezoid. It's one that you guys had to memorize last year. So let's plug some things in here. Well, first we're going to have to identify what all these numbers are. This looks like my B1, my B2, so my bases, and here's my height. So now we can start plugging things in. Area equals 1/2 times my height. Well, my height is 10 inches, but we'll put that in later, times my base 1, which is 16, plus my base 2, which is 52. 16 plus 52 is 68. 10, 1/2. So we had to do what's in those parentheses first. 1/2 times 10 is 5. And we have 5 times 68. 5 times 68, let's see if I can do this in my head. 5 times 8 is 40. And 5 times 60 is 300. So this is 340. And it was inches, and we had inches here and inches here, multiplying together. That made inches squared, or square inches. So there's my answer. All right, for the summary, I want you to describe the difference between a formula and an expression. Go for it.